CERN, I do turn to you for advice about the markets from time to time. And so this morning, I did say in my early show, this, 8 o'clock this morning, that maybe there would be some profit taking. Now, this is showing at like 7:30 California time on Thursday night, but and maybe by 7:30 we'll know. But the market collapsed. The VIX went back into 26. I mean, what's your advice to all of us who are wondering what the heck happened?
My advice is pretty simple, is when your neighbors are fighting and yelling at each other, do you go and join the fight? Ignore it, Randy.
Ignore it. Okay. It's all noise, not signal. That's the new way, right? I'm learning to talk new speak. So you have to use signal and noise at least once a day, or you're not cool.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely not cool in that regard. But, just because other people are losing their minds doesn't mean you have to as well, right? Market volatility will come and go, whatever the concern du jour is. NVIDIA's earnings numbers were simply outstanding. There's never been a company in history that's executed the way that they're executing. They'll be fine.
Now, there are people that are poking some holes in NVIDIA's earnings today. They're saying, oh, well, this is all circular. Their accounts receivable jumped up. Their
Yeah.
cash flow was not as good as most AI companies. Their cash flow was greater than their earnings. Their cash flow was less than their earnings. So, and you say,
I say they're sadly mistaken on all those issues. Inventory rises when companies grow, and it's not out of line with the growth that the company is seeing. Cash flow is going to have some ebbs and flows depending on what's happening with the company.
Especially if your inventory goes up and your accounts receivable goes up,
Yeah,
your cash flow is going to go down. Yeah.
right. So all those things are kind of finance 101, easily explainable. Um, there seems to be Jeff Lutz commented on this yesterday. There seems to be a concerted effort to sort of put some narratives out there with respect to NVIDIA.
Hmm.
So I don't know whether it's a bunch of hedge funds trying to manipulate the market and so on. And we've seen some things similar on some other stocks lately too. So it's interesting what's going on. We may find out at some point that there's some attempted manipulation going on.
May they all rot in jail.
Eventually, the long arm of the law catches up with them. Yeah.
All right. So I think I'm going to let you start your show because I don't want to potentially stumble into stuff you're going to cover anyway. So
You're good at that. You're good at stumbling into everything I cover. Yeah. All right. We're going to start off with a little bit of fun first, Randy, because it almost is the season.
It is the season. Yeah.
And if you're looking for, some stocking stuffers for your favorite Tesla fan, this pretty much covers it.
Yeah.
Um,
Now, does this mean that people will start buying my Cybertruck bottle openers again?
well, they really should.
Because apparently Cybertruck is back in style.
Well, it was never out of style, Randy.
Okay. Okay.
Um, Never out of style. Triangles are always in fashion, Randy, no matter what people tell you. Okay. As are circles and squares, but triangles never went out of fashion. Triangles are very important. But you can buy this semi and Cybertruck wooden playset for $60.
That's not a bad deal.
Not a bad deal.
That is compared to what they I was figuring it was going to be like $200.
Yeah. Yeah, and the craftsmanship of this looks pretty nice. The Cybertruck you can see there would fit nicely in the back of the semi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah. It's a good job.
And another thing, if you know somebody that likes to wear ugly sweater, here's a Cybertruck inspired one. Triangles rule.
Yeah. Holy mackerel.
Any guess on how much this costs?
95.
62.50.
That's a good deal too.
Pretty reasonably priced.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure that even though I'm a big Cybertruck fan, I'm not so sure I'd wear this sweater, but
yeah,
it is pretty cool.
And ugly.
and ugly. And I guess that's the purpose.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. No,
Now,
I'm expecting to sell out of bottle openers now. Seeing this, I mean,
everybody should have one of your bottle openers, Randy.
these are people that know style. They
Yeah.
know the direction the market's headed. So I'll sell thousands.
Your bottle opener is the most well-constructed bottle opener I've ever had in my entire life.
That's 100% true. It's like
That
it's like an eighth of an inch of pure stainless.
it's an indestructible bottle opener, which seems to be pretty helpful. I've used it to pry open all kinds of things besides caps.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Now, speaking of ugly sweaters, this is not an example of an ugly sweater. This is actually quite a beautiful sweater here by Optimus.
Yeah.
And they've released this holiday edition Tesla bot action figure in China. And by the way, sales are starting here soon.
Yeah.
It comes with a Cybertruck racing car, a
Okay.
coal toy, just like we used to get when we were young as lumps of coal, right, Randy?
Right. Yeah.
And then a mini holiday mug with marshmallow. And here's Optimus enjoying some hot chocolate with his friend the gingerbread man. And here he is getting a present that looks like it's probably the coal inside that little box.
Okay.
He's holding his coal. He's quite pleased with it. And the sweater.
Yeah.
Cybertruck's on this one too. And here's the product description. Miniature humanoid friends are ready for the holidays. It's got more than 40 individual parts, 20 joints supporting multi-angle swing. It doesn't this, and they say at the bottom, it says warn instead of warning. This product is a decorative model and does not have an electric function, which is too bad.
Oh, that is too bad. Yeah.
Contains small parts posing a choking risk, not suitable for children under 14 years of age. That seems kind of arbitrary, in my opinion.
Definitely.
I don't know why it's 14, but 13-year-olds, I guess, can't handle this toy.
Now, Cern, if this doesn't come to America, do you have any connections in China so that you can add to your collection? Your shirt is covering up your collection there. There you go. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I've actually taken care of that
Oh, you
already.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm hoping to obtain one of these one way or another.
All right. Cool beans.
And thank you to my friends that are looking out for me. I appreciate it. Here it is in the box. So it's kind of interesting, Randy. This is the unboxed version of Optimus.
Well, that's not.
Well, this is. No, it's in the box. It's unboxed at this point.
I guess.
Or is it unboxed when it's out of the box?
Out of the box. Yeah.
It gets confusing, doesn't it?
Semantics. It's the CERN-mantics.
Yeah. All right. Before we cover anything more, let's throw this in there.
Okay. There was nothing there that you already said that should have been disclaimed?
No, but there is now.
Okay.
Next slide. So somebody commented on my post and they said, well, CERN needs to do a chart on this. And so here's Tesla's market cap without Optimus baked in. This was this person's term. Okay. So Tesla's market cap right now about 1.5 trillion roughly. Here's the chart of without Optimus baked in. Again, he's in the box, so he's unboxed at this point.
Right.
Okay. You ready for what happens when Optimus is baked in?
Okay.
It looks like this. Okay. Now, somebody pointed out that that's like $42 quadrillion there on the left side. This is not meant to be investment advice.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Thus the disclaimer.
And I also have additional disclaimer is the image on the right side is not meant to represent the Canadian flag in any shape or form. Okay.
Lest you lose that passport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Now in China, they seem to have access to additional products that we don't have. How about the CyberVault? Were you aware that this existed?
No.
So this is a home charging system. It's a CyberVault for your charger.
Okay.
And I'm guessing you could lock it, although it doesn't show that here, but at least it certainly covers up the charger.
Yeah.
and puts it into, pretty nice, sharp looking
Yeah.
box on the wall.
Hmm.
And in here, under product description, you can see that the language didn't auto-translate very well. It says, charge your phone anytime at home. I guess in China, they have some pretty big phones.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. The CyberVault charging station is tailored for the Chinese market. So I'm not sure what's tailored about
Tailored
this.
about it. Yeah. Yeah.
I think there's people here in the US that might like that too.
I was the previous owner of our home very nicely put in power exactly. I mean, we're talking exactly where our charging location is on the car
Yeah.
and a shelf. I mean, it's like he knew. How did he know? He put it, it couldn't be any better. I don't
Some
need
people
one of
just
them.
have the vision.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
So after purchasing, Randy, you will receive a successful survey. I guess that's pre-filled in that shows that it
Successful.
was successful. You will also receive a cable with 40 meters
Oh,
and its foundation and construction. Some of this language I'm not quite clear on, but again, this is an auto translate from Google on the Tesla China shop.
40 meters.
Yeah,
That's a long cable.
you can wrap this one around your house.
Yeah, you can charge the neighbors' cars.
Yeah.
You can have charge people out of the street and charge them to charge. Yeah, I mean,
Now, earlier in this, it says the charging cable is 6 meters, so maybe
oh,
that's a better translation.
okay, all right.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny.
6 meters. 6 meters is still
Pretty long
that's
too.
still a long cable.
It is. Yeah, you can charge the whole neighborhood. They also have some shirts that we don't have.
Oh,
Now, this is a bit old. This shows when the Tesla charging network worldwide was at 50,000 chargers,
okay.
but this is still a pretty cool shirt.
Yeah.
I'm especially happy to see this because my homeland of New Zealand is prominently shown here.
Oh, nice. I like it. Yeah.
On a lot of world maps, sometimes it's left out.
Left out.
Yeah.
Boy.
Procter & Gamble one time they had their annual report and they put a map of the globe on the report and they didn't include New Zealand. Yeah. I was about as mad as I get, Randy, when that happened.
Did they get the Philippines?
I think so.
Okay.
Does it show on here? It's hard to see.
Yeah.
Are there any charges in the Philippines?
Now I think we're just starting to go into the Philippines. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then thinking of global, we've got the U.S. Saudi Investment Forum here recently.
Yeah.
This is quite a nice picture, although this guy here on the right who closed his eyes at this moment probably regrets blinking. Anyway, there was a video interview yesterday with Jensen and Elon.
No
It was about
kidding.
27 minutes long.
Yeah.
And I took a portion of this and I typed out the transcript.
Oh, okay.
And I did this, and then I had a call with a client, and I came back, and then suddenly I saw that I had 424,000 views on this post.
Oh, gee.
And sure enough, Elon had reposted it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And we're now up to, I think, 1.3 million on the
Wow.
post.
Wow.
But what Elon said here, I thought was really, really quite good. And so let's just go through this real quick.
Sure.
So he was asked about the topic of AI in space. Is it possible?
Yeah.
And he starts out by saying, if civilization continues, yes. And then he sort of says, well, we can't take that for granted. Right? But he says the way to think of AI in space is that in order to achieve any meaningful percentage of a Kardashev 2 scale civilization, where you're using even a millionth of the sun's energy, you must have solar-powered AI satellites in deep space. Once you think in terms of a Kardashev 2 scale civilization, where you're using, here it is here, which is what percentage of the sun's energy you're turning into useful work, then it becomes obvious that space is overwhelmingly what matters. Overwhelmingly, he says.
Yes. Yes.
And he says Earth only receives roughly 1/2 billionth of the sun's energy. So if you want to have something that's, say, 1 million times more than energy than Earth could possibly produce, you must go into space. And he says this is where it's kind of handy to have a space company, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. And that
Kind of
everybody chuckled at that.
everybody.
And then Jensen chimes in and he says, easier to cool chips in space too.
Yeah.
And Elon says, yes, there's definitely no water in space. So you're going to have to do something that doesn't involve water. And Jensen says, just hang out.
Just hang out.
And then Elon says, you just got to radiate. And he says, my estimate is that the cost effectiveness of AI in space will be overwhelmingly better than AI on the ground. Long before you exhaust the potential energy sources on Earth, long before even perhaps in the 4 or 5 year time frame, the lowest cost way to do AI compute will be with solar powered AI satellites. I would say not more than 5 years from now. So this is kind of interesting, isn't it? Because we're all worried about having enough electricity generation here on Earth to meet the demand for AI. And Elon's already in his mind's decided that that's not the solution. We're going to put it in space.
Well, I take a risk of overselling the book AI Rising, but I'm going to take the risk because Brian Wang spent an entire chapter talking about putting AI data centers on Mars and on the moon. And Brian Wang and I, for the last 3 weeks, have been talking about putting them in space. So if folks want to be, leading edge, they should buy the book.
That's right. Agreed. Very much agreed. And then Jensen points out, he says, just look at the supercomputers we're building together. Let's say each one of the racks is 2 tons. Out of that 2 tons, 1.95 is probably for cooling. Elon says, right. And Jensen says, just imagine how tiny that little supercomputer is. Each one of these GB300 racks would be a little tiny thing.
This was,
Right.
I thought that was the most important statement of the day. Even Brian Wang hadn't thought that through. We discussed it last night.
Yeah.
Even he had not really realized we're talking about 90% less mass to orbit, meaning you can get a lot more of these data chips into space for cheap.
Potentially. Yeah. The challenge is, my understanding is that the solar array is going to be pretty big.
Solar array is going to be very big, which is why everybody, we'll see whether you agree, Cern, but Larry Goldberg, Jeff Lutz, Brian Wang, and I think that the solar gigafactory is going to be a thing, but it's going to be building for space.
Yes. No, I would agree with that.
Okay.
And Elon goes on here too, by the way, related to that. He says electricity generation is already becoming a challenge. If you start doing any kind of scaling for both electricity generation and cooling, you realize that space is incredibly compelling. Let's say you wanted to do 200 or 300 gigawatts per year of AI compute. It's very difficult to do that on Earth. The US average electricity usage last time I checked is around 460 gigawatts per year average usage. So something like 300 gigawatts per year, that's something like 2/3 of US electricity production per year.
Yeah.
And he says there's no way you're building power plants at that level. And if you take it to up to a terawatt per year, impossible.
Right.
You have to do that in space. And then he says there's no way to do a terawatt per year on Earth. In space, you've got continuous solar. Actually, you don't need batteries because it's always sunny in space.
Mm-hmm.
And the solar panels become cheaper because you don't need glass or framing.
Mm-hmm.
And the cooling is just radiative. Jensen says, that's the dream. That's the dream. Elon says, yes. Now, Steve Jurvetson also replied to my post. And he made the comment that the radiation part of this needs to be about 60% of the size of the solar array. So you're still looking at quite a large area in terms of this whole structure.
Right.
But it's probably pretty lightweight.
Yeah.
Relative to, a 2-ton rack today.
And again, I know there will be people that listened to Brian last night, but I think it's important to say it here again, is that clearly SpaceX is either making their own solar arrays now, solar panels for space, or they're having them made because they're putting up satellites like crazy. And every one of those has a massive solar array.
You're getting ahead of me, Randy.
Okay. I'll stop.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. So there's no reason why this has to wait 5 years, at
Right.
least to start with this project.
Yep. And by the way, here's an image of what it would look like. Okay. And this I believe is 100% accurate.
Okay.
Okay. Here's the new GPU cooling system. It's a screen door, Randy. You've got to have a screen because you have to watch out for bugs in space. So,
and other little particles, yes.
Yeah. So you need a screen of some sort, but otherwise it just cools. Yeah. Thanks to Mark for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's this comment about how many solar-powered computers does SpaceX have in orbit right now compared to the rest of the world?
Yeah.
And I think this is a grok answer. It says, as of yesterday, about 9,000 to 9,500 solar-powered computing devices, essentially autonomous satellites with onboard computers, phased array antennas, and routing capabilities operating in orbit.
Yes.
The rest of the world combined is roughly 3,000 to 4,000 active satellites across all operators and countries. Okay. Um, and then in short, SpaceX operates about 70 to 75% of all active satellites in the world, meaning it has far more solar-powered computers in space than the entire rest of the world combined. So, yeah, to your point, this is something that SpaceX already has a lot of experience and capability with.
And in addition to that, they just launched last week. I want to say it was last week. It might have been 10 days ago. They just launched for another company. I don't
Star
recall the
Cloud.
name. Star Cloud. Okay. Am I getting ahead of you again?
No?
Okay. All right. So there's they did launch a data center. One chip, I believe, is all
Yeah,
the,
it's a test,
it's a
basically a
test.
test to make sure it
Right.
functions. Yep.
So these guys, they could be one of the first to start putting these up in quantity, or SpaceX could be combining efforts with Tesla, which now that same group of people are 100% confirmed, asserting, believing that the Terra, I'm always forgetting the word fab, the Terra fab by Tesla is going to be a thing as well.
Yep. Yep. There's also a company by the name of Planet that has a constellation of 200 some satellites, and their
Oh,
plan is to put a GPU in space to do processing of the images that they collect.
oh, interesting.
I don't think they've launched one yet, but they'll be doing that,
Wow,
in the next few months, I think.
cool.
Um, and then also on this, Elon says the most likely outcome is that AI and robots make everyone wealthy.
Mhm.
In fact, far wealthier than the richest person on Earth. Interesting. He got the eyeballs here. I guess he's referring to himself. And he says, by this, I mean that people will have access to everything from medical care that is superhuman to games that are far more fun than what exists today.
Mhm.
We do need to make sure AI cares deeply about truth and beauty for this to be the probable future. So now the purchase of X and what is now XAI starts to make more sense if it didn't already.
Right, right.
Yeah. Right. Caring deeply about truth.
Yes.
Yeah. When you've got the Prime Minister of France sort of complaining about how information that the French see is controlled by, U.S. companies and the need to control that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's some scary stuff happening in Europe and Australia. Makes you worried about Western civilization.
Yeah. Now, of course, an angle of attack lately on Elon has been this in the middle here. This representative, Teresa Fernandez, says any school teacher has more work ethic in their pinky finger than Elon Musk has in his entire body.
I've already put two comments up on this one. It was so stupid.
Yeah. But this is a serious response here from Chris. Chris, who says, when I reported to Elon, we would have X product meetings at 5 or 6 p.m. because he was with the Tesla team for 10 hours before that. Then my one-to-one check-in would be at 10 p.m. and that would regularly get moved to 11 p.m. or midnight or 1 a.m. Usually around 2 a.m., he'd go take a nap for a couple of hours in the office and then repeat the same schedule again the next day with a different set of companies, 7 days a week. And Elon's response is, yeah.
Yeah. My response, my first one, because I said I did too. I don't remember my second response. My first response was when facts don't matter.
Yeah. And Sawyer responded with some nice details. He says, imagine the thing you choose to critique Elon Musk is on his work ethic.
Yeah.
He works 80 to 120 hours per week during peak periods. Jobs created, 600,000 roughly. Salaries paid out by his companies, 110 billion. Taxes he paid in just 2021 was 11 billion, the largest tax bill for any individual in history. Value created for shareholders, trillions, and this also affects people that don't even invest in Tesla that have pensions, because most pension plans would own Tesla. Drives hundreds of billions in economic impact. Brought human spaceflight back to America through SpaceX. Helps paralyzed patients control computers with their thoughts. giving new meaning to their lives. And so hold the thought on that one for 1 second. We'll discuss that in a second. Created Starlink, enabling people to access the internet anywhere. I mean, the list could go on.
Yes, it could. But by the way, he's a little late to the table on this one. I mean, Larry Goldberg
Yeah.
put out the very best post on that. And then I posted before and after Larry. And everybody that I've talked to said they wish they had done Larry's post.
I felt the same way when I read it. It was like that was an obvious thing to talk about. Yes. Thank you, Larry, for doing that.
Thank you, Larry.
Yeah. So helping paralyzed patients. So here's Nolan 𝐓𝐷𝐼𝐿. He says, there was a time when I stayed up all night and slept all day because there wasn't anything worth waking up for. No plans, no goals, no purpose. Then I got my Neuralink implant and everything shifted. Started going to bed early. I woke up excited for the day ahead. And just like that, I found purpose again. Since then, I'm back in school. I've launched a business. I'm traveling. I'm speaking on global stages. Neuralink didn't just change what I can do. It changed what I believe I'm capable of. It gave me hope. It gave me purpose. And for the first time in a long time, I'm excited for what's next.
Other than that, he hasn't done anything important. If he
Right.
just did that, if that was it, that one person changed that life that much, he's done more than most of us ever accomplished in our life.
That's right. Yep. Yeah, that's one example. Also, he's helped these people who have at least 6 Teslas in their family.
It's your neighbor? No, it's
Not my neighbor. This is Cybertruck Mama.
Neighbor. Okay.
Her neighbor. So she has a Cybertruck, I guess, I'm guessing. And then this neighbor has at least 2. But yeah, that's nice collection of Teslas. This was funny. I think this is just AI generated thing, but it's still funny. You parked in the wrong spot. There was another Cybertruck parked on the lot, and you ignored it and parked here. Always park next to the other Cybertruck. We have rules. Mr. Funman says they got me. And the Cybertruck account says, don't make me leave another note. All right. This is probably the most important post of this whole slide deck, Randy.
Wow.
Randy Kirk, you may know him. Says, I realize that Dan is doing Tesla a service. More than anything right now, Tesla needs to know the remaining issues that need to be addressed. And Dan is a Johnny on the spot to make sure he reports every one. Thanks, Dan. This was in response to Dan O'Dowd showing the image of the safety driver that fell asleep behind the wheel. I can totally relate to that guy. If I had that job, I'd be sleeping every day.
Yeah.
I don't know how any of them stay awake, by the way, without tons and tons of caffeine.
Right.
Got to be one of the most boring jobs in the world, and they're not allowed to talk to the passengers.
Right.
At least an Uber driver can have a conversation with their passenger.
Not even if the customer doesn't want it, but yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to JC Christopher.
So the other thought that I had when I was looking at this, maybe I'm jumping the gun again, but I had another thought later, which is I think that maybe Tesla asked this guy to do it and was the one putting out the picture because it's a testimony to what the car can do.
Yeah, I doubt that, but maybe. Hopefully that guy that fell asleep didn't lose his job.
That was the second thing I thought. Yeah.
I feel, and that's why I didn't want to show his face here. Yeah. He's had enough exposure. But I think we're going to start to see bumper stickers like this, Randy.
Okay.
My child was killed by a human driver.
Oh.
This self-driving car protects yours.
Yeah.
That's a pretty hard-hitting bumper sticker, but
it is
true for many people.
Yes. You and I talked a couple of weeks ago about Mothers Against Meat. No, MAMDA, Mothers Against Meat Drivers. No, that wasn't you. Okay.
No, that wasn't me.
Yeah, Mothers Against Meat Drivers. I think that's going to be a new thing. Yeah.
Should be.
Should be.
Yes. According to Nick, third state down, Tesla can officially start offering paid rides in Arizona. Launch is imminent. And then on the list next up is Nevada and Florida.
Right.
So that's good news. And then Waymo, not to be outdone, they're expanding into Minneapolis, Tampa, and New Orleans.
Yeah.
So the race is on, which is good.
Yep.
And then Elon, he says, just wrapped up the AI5 Saturday chip design review a few hours ago. We started to do some work on AI6 too. Michael Dell and I happened to be meeting just beforehand, so I invited him to join. Hopefully he found it interesting. And he says, by the way, AI5 will not be available in sufficient volume to switch over Tesla production lines until mid-2027. Michael Dell responds, he says, Elon Musk, it was super interesting and I enjoyed it very much. The Tesla team is cooking and the future is even more exciting than I thought. Plus Grok 5 will be amazing.
Yeah, I think it was interesting later, Elon or somebody said that they'll want to have, I don't know, 200,000 or 300,000 of these in inventory before they start the line. So
Yeah.
that's part of the reason it'll take until the middle of 2027.
Yeah. And then Sawyer comments, he says, on the bright side, it looks like Cybercab will launch with AI4, which current AI4 owners should be happy about. And if you've been wondering whether to wait for AI5 or to buy a new Tesla, just pull the trigger on an AI4 car now.
Mm-hmm.
Even when AI5 starts going to Tesla vehicles mid-2027, it's going to be a little while before Tesla releases a version of FSD that takes advantage of the extra capabilities. Probably late 2027 or early 2028.
Hmm.
So if you're waiting for AI5, you might be waiting for a while.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is going back to a post from March, but it's a good reminder. John Ehrlichman here had this post. He says expected profit growth in the next 5 years: Tesla 258%, NVIDIA 193, and Amazon 137. Those were very precise numbers.
Yeah, boy.
But Elon chimed in and he said it will require outstanding execution, but I think more like 1,000% gain for Tesla in 5 years is possible.
Yeah, I would think so too.
March feels like a long time ago, but just to remind everybody. But this coincides with a fairly recent post that he had responding to Barchart, who said Bill Gates Foundation dumped 65% of its Microsoft position for a total of 8.8 billion. And Elon responded to this and he says, if Gates hasn't fully closed out the crazy short position he has held against Tesla for around 8 years, he had better do so soon. So if that's not fair warning.
So I asked Grok because Elon had made that statement and the statement you talked about previously, and then he'd made another statement about the two catalysts that are going to change everything, the Optimus production and the unsupervised self-driving. So he has made Grok and I together played around. We think there was 6 other times when he made pure stock mentions. So not this is where we're going to go, or this is how many cars we're going to make, but actually stock recommendations. And the stock went the direction of his statements every single time. So, but even on the ones where he said that Tesla was overpriced at the time, the stock went down, but by the end of the year, it had gone back up again. So,
yeah, if you're the CEO of a company and you make stock comments, you better make sure that you're right.
Yeah. I just figure he knows more about it than I do.
Well, he definitely does. He knows what he's thinking about for the next 10 years ahead. He knows what's coming.
Right.
Yeah. Some good news, Randy.
Okay.
Any family of yours that live in Colombia will be able to buy a Tesla.
Okay.
So that's good.
No
And
offense,
then
no offense to Colombians, but it's not a country I've ever thought I'd like to live in.
it's a beautiful place. Beautiful country. Yeah. Megapacks. XAI in Memphis. On site this week, we continue to welcome the arrival of Tesla Megapacks. These Megapack batteries are large-scale containerized lithium-ion battery systems, et cetera, et cetera. It will allow our XAI data centers to grow exponentially for AI progress while protecting and often improving power reliability, cost, and cleanliness for our surrounding residents. So this looks like a pretty good collection of Megapacks. I haven't counted them, but that's a decent number there.
Yeah, it was they were bringing on the shipping to or getting another $258 million worth, I think, this week or next week or whatever. That was the headline the other day.
So they're roughly $1 million a piece, probably a little bit less if you're buying that many. So call it 260, maybe 300 Megapacks.
In addition, this
In
is
addition.
in addition
Yeah,
to what you're showing. Yeah.
that's a lot. Yeah.
Yep.
Our friend Joe, what's going on at the Giga Texas Cortex 2 facility today? It will be home of the Tesla Optimus Training Center. He says, well, a lot, including more work on huge walls, foundations, chiller plant piers on the west side, and interior views showing ramps, temporary interior structures, new receiving docks, and some equipment. The facility is coming together rather quickly, and soon will be in a position for the computer systems to arrive and begin installation. So here's the facility. And then here's, oops, I guess that's all I have. I thought I had some interior shots, but I guess they were showing on this one. Here you can see a ramp inside. Here's those piers that he was talking about, chiller plant piers to keep the facility cool and so on. So that's moving along quite nicely. And then here is the crash test facility with 14 or 15 cybercabs in various stages of assembly and testing. So they're crashing some cybercabs.
Yeah.
Which is a good sign.
Very good sign. Yeah.
That would be a fun job to have, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What'd you do today at work?
Well, yeah. And my mom called me dummy, but I'm not sure that would be the best job.
Yeah. Good news, Randy, that don't use humans for that role.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the technicians, not the dummies inside the cars. I'm talking about the technicians operating and testing. Yes. Tesla charging. We now have 75,000 supercharging posts and counting. And Max, who's the head of the supercharging group, says that there is a linguistic shift happening of superchargers being associated with charging, not compressing air to burn more fuel in a combustion engine. Right? Because there's a supercharger, I guess, on certain cars, right?
Right.
So that's nice.
Yeah, when you first pulled up that chart, I thought you were showing me a chart of what happened in the first 2 hours this morning for Tesla stock.
Well, you know me, I'm not so short-term focused. But the 75,000th charger, Randy, where in the world is that?
The 75,000th one that they put in?
Yes.
Wow, who knows? No guess.
You have to make a guess.
Oh, I have to make a guess. I just said the Philippines. So, no, Colombia.
Well, that would be a logical guess, but it's in Tasmania.
Tasmania. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So giving Tesla fans reasons to travel the world.
There you go.
A Glacier Blue Edition in Tasmania, Australia.
Wow.
Tasmania, by the way, is a beautiful, beautiful place. Stunning place to visit.
Now you've only been to countries that have high mountains, right?
That's right. And Tasmania has some beautiful mountains. Not super high, but beautiful rainforests, some of the world's most beautiful beaches. The food, the vineyards are amazing, and then some very unique creatures.
Yes.
Tasmanian devil, platypus, etc.
Yes.
Yep. Here's the supercharger up close with the little badge on it. And then here is a Glacier Blue Model Y.
I see.
Who is owned by Mark Davis, the Tesla store manager in Hobart, Tasmania, largest city in Tasmania, where the supercharger is. So he's got the blue car to go with the blue charger. Pretty nice.
Yes.
All right. In some non-Tesla news, but related, Figure has shared numbers here on its 11-month humanoid deployment at BMW's Spartanburg factory. Apparently, it's contributed to the production of 30,000 plus cars, the X3 vehicles, 90,000 plus parts loaded, ran 10-hour shifts Monday to Friday, and has done about 200 plus miles of walking. A single Figure 2 robot achieved 6 months of daily runtime at the factory. The top hardware failure point was the forearm, learning to have informed the Figure 03 design. So these were Figure 02s here. Cycle time was 84 seconds. Part loading accuracy was greater than 99% per shift. And there were 0 interventions requiring a pause or reset of the robot. So some progress was being made here.
Some good KPIs.
Yeah. All right, and then not to be left out, what's called the Texas Brookshire Mega Factory, the new Mega Pack factory outside of Houston.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was in Katy, Texas. I'm not sure why it's called Brookshire, but
okay.
I just don't know. They held a student event for 30 students from the University of Houston. And you can see here that notice the employee shirts and a slide for the new factory logo, Cyber Bowl, the Texas Longhorn. And S.C. Robinson here made a render of what it looked like.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the new logo for the factory.
It is really, really good, but they've misspelled it. It's supposed to be a P instead of an F.
Yes, I know Bradford would like that, but I'm sorry, Bradford.
I think it's so much fun. It's the kind of thing that Elon would do. I don't know why he hasn't picked up on it.
I know. Yeah, maybe one day.
Yeah.
Maybe if they ever put one in Carmel, Indiana, they'll do it. They need a mega pack factory.
Not Carmel. Get it right now. It's Carmel.
Is it Carmel?
Yeah, it's Carmel.
Oh, because it's not California, so it's
not
in Indiana, Carmel.
It's a food. I guess maybe, I don't know, did Carmel start there? I don't know.
Sorry, yeah. It's like there's a place in Indiana, Versailles. It's really Versailles, but they say Versailles. It pains me to say it that way.
That's funny. Okay, you have to remember though, they say Illinois.
That too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's inside the factory right now. You can see it looks pretty empty. So hopefully they can begin filling this up with production equipment soon.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty big space. Here's an image of the whole thing. Welcome to the Mega Factory, Texas. And in the worst transition ever, here are some parallels between Tesla and MicroStrategy, strategy stock.
Oh, okay.
And this is actually courtesy partly of me.
Oh, okay.
But it was a horrible transition, Randy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well.
So I recently was on the One Chair podcast, which is a Bitcoin-focused podcast. But apparently myself and another guest kind of shared some parallels between the two companies. And I summarized it in this table. And we'll just go through this real quickly.
Okay.
The big idea. For Tesla, it's AI, autonomy, and robots. And for strategy, it's a Bitcoin treasury digital credit. Leadership, Elon, engineering first visionary. In strategy, it's Michael Saylor, capital markets first visionary. Disruption focus for Tesla disrupts physical industries. And for strategy, it's disrupting financial industries. The global impact for Tesla transforms transport, energy, labor. And for strategy, transforms savings, bonds, and pensions with their preferred stock issuance. Anyway, there's a lot of things. We might take a little while to go through this line by line, but they came up with 19 different categories here where they compared the two. And again, some of these were contributed by yours truly, but I've always said that there's a lot of similarities between these two companies kind of breaking new ground and forging sort of new markets.
So I was thinking about this the other day. I think you really have to give Steve Jobs the credit for being the first of the CEO personalities, relatively transparent, visionary, on stage, willing to be more out there. Elon Musk has eclipsed, not in terms of his showmanship, because obviously Steve Jobs is still the winner of that. Even Saylor and Jensen can't hold a candle to the job that Steve Jobs did. As
Jensen's getting close, in my opinion.
Saylor is?
Jensen's getting close.
Jensen is getting close, yeah. He's very personable, but it's not there yet. Anyway, but Elon, I think, is on every other level, has taken it to a completely new thing in terms of his transparency, his willingness to be out and among them on all these different long form broadcasts and whatnot, his visionary capabilities, etc. And now I think we have a whole new subset. We've got Lucky Palmer. We've got we already mentioned Jensen. We've got your guy, the guy you just said. I'm going to forget all the names because I'm horrible at names. The Palantir guy. What's that?
Karp.
Yeah. I mean, even Peter Thiel to a certain extent. So now we've got all these futuristic CEOs, founders who are public persona, um, fabulously interesting, even to people that might not be that interested in business. I think it's interesting to see this.
Yeah, it's nice to hear the message directly from the top.
Yeah,
And Elon has always said that any CEO that's not active on Twitter is missing an
yeah,
opportunity.
yeah.
Or sorry, X.
Yes, yes.
Um, Saylor is pretty active on
Right.
X, although in my opinion, he doesn't really engage so much with the community himself there. He's posting a lot, but I'm not sure it's really him.
Mhm.
But he does a lot of interviews. Like I don't know, I mean, it seems like several a
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
It's incredible.
yeah.
Elon doesn't have time for that, and he shouldn't. He needs to be building things.
Sure.
Although he does a lot too, all things
Yeah,
considered.
yeah. Huge.
Yeah. Um, but anyway, I think there's some interesting similarities, and obviously
Yeah,
they're very different companies and what they're pursuing. But you've heard me talk about strategy a lot before, so I just wanted to share that. This is kind of an interesting image, and you've never seen anything like this before.
okay. All right. Okay.
And I wonder if you even know what it is.
Huh. Um, why do I feel like I did see this on X or somewhere? I no, I have no idea.
What's the background?
Some kind of marble or rock or something?
It's the sun.
Oh, that's the sun.
And then what's the image in the foreground? What's the shadow?
Is that a some kind of a solar disruption?
No, it's a person.
It's a person. Okay.
It's a skydiver.
A skydiver.
And it's the first known image of a skydiver transiting the sun.
So this is taken from another skydiver or from the ground or something.
Well, I think this guy was carried up in I'm not sure, an airplane or something, some
Yeah, yeah,
plane like that, and
yeah,
then jumped out. And then, of course, to get this image, they had to be somebody else in another
yeah.
aircraft behind him,
Right.
positioned just right in order to capture that at the very right moment.
No, I didn't see this before, and you're right. It's unique.
Yeah. No, I think Andrew did a pretty amazing job here.
Yeah, yeah.
Just a beautiful, beautiful image. Um, Hopefully the skydiver didn't feel the heat too much, Randy, from this
Right.
close encounter. But yeah. Anyway, that brings us to the end of the silliness this week.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. There's a lot of good stuff there. I cannot not ask because, you didn't really barely touched on, one of your favorite subjects this morning, Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is in the tank.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, it's 96 or something this morning. Let's see, just for fun. Um, whoops, I hit that wrong there. Okay, let's see. So Bitcoin as it stands right now is at eight. I'm sorry, did I say 96? It's hard to keep
I
track.
wish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
86.5.
Yeah.
So sometimes knowing absolutely nothing, I know so much more now than I did a year ago, starting because of you and Tom Lee a little bit. Um, but maybe you do know this about me. I like to look at every market as these ceilings and floors because they just all seem to have their ceilings and floors. Gold right now, I believe that 440 is a Ferrari. I believe that's such a hard ceiling. I can't believe it might take years before it penetrates it. Bonds right now, I'm calling it at 4.15. It's not going to go above 4.15. I should check real quick. Anyway, I see these ceilings and floors all the time. Good.
Famous
4.1.
last words. Yeah.
Yeah, famous last words. So I haven't started doing this with Bitcoin yet, but it would maybe you're kind of looking at it this way. Where does Bitcoin bounce? It's going to hit a floor soon.
Yeah. I don't opine on those kinds of
Oh,
things.
you don't? Okay, all right.
What I would tell you, Randy, is that Bitcoin is many things.
Yes.
And one of the things that it's been always been this for a long time, is a high risk, high volatility trading asset.
Right, right.
Right. And so the beautiful thing about Bitcoin too is because the market's open 24/7. If something happens when the other markets are closed, you can sell Bitcoin first.
And I can go look just to
Yeah,
get an idea of what's going on. I do it all
right.
the time. Yeah.
So if you want to be risk off
Yeah.
on a Sunday night at 3 a.m., you can. Um, so that's one of the things, right? And then of course you've got the whole Bitcoin as digital gold. You've got the whole Bitcoin as money thing. In my view, what Bitcoin really is the best form of digital security that we've ever invented, right? So is the value of that protocol going up over time? Do we need less digital security now? Will we need more digital security a year, 3 years, 5 years from now? Right. I think the answer for me is a clear yes. The need for that is only expanding.
Right.
So as long as the Bitcoin network itself is growing and strengthening, then the value of Bitcoin should go up over time. That's kind of my big picture view. And where it goes in the short term, anybody knows, or no one knows.
Or no one knows. People
Right.
claim to know. People claim to
People
know.
claim to know.
Kathy
Yeah.
Wood. Kathy Wood absolutely claims to know. Tom Lee definitely claims to know.
Yeah, and that's great, and it gets a lot of attention, and people seem to want to know where Bitcoin's going next week, and or today or tomorrow or whenever by the end of the year, and that's great. I don't know why everybody focuses on that so much. You know, it's kind of like Tesla. Do I really care what Tesla is next week? Well, if I was an options trader, I suppose I would.
Yeah.
But otherwise, not really. I'd much rather focus on what the company is doing and how they're setting themselves up for future growth. That seems like something I can actually sink my teeth into, where otherwise you're kind of just reading the tea leaves. Right. And I look at NVIDIA's results from last night, and for me, it points nowhere but up for that company over the long term. And here we have, the stock trading down.
Yeah.
But that should just be expected. That's just the way markets work from time to time.
Sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, part of the reason why I have I'm not unique in it. These little floors and ceilings, and they seem to work for me. Is markets get exhausted. People are like, okay, time to take profits, or
Yeah.
I'm not putting any more in on that, on that particular stock. So there's all kinds of reasons. And I like to think about, maybe you do too, I like to think about all the differences of personalities that make up a market. You have long-term players, you have minute-by-minute players, you've got algorithms, you got people that have to make their bones before the end of the year. If they come in with less results than the S&P, they're probably going to get fired.
Yeah.
So there's a whole bunch of realities out there that are making a market, and some days some of those kinds of personalities are dominant.
And in my view, long-term investors can take advantage of all that because you don't have to produce results over any certain time period, whether it's today, next week, this year. You can take a little bit longer term view. But each to his own.
That's right. Everybody's got a different way to see their life arc. Cern Basher, we better get out of here, or people are going to go, "What? Is this the Joe Rogan show?"
It's close.
It's close. I mean, we should do 2 or 3 hours sometime, but
Although I don't think I want him to fire an arrow into my Cybertruck door.
it worked last time.
Although I suppose, if I had a dent in the door, it would make for a good story. I could tell people what happened.
He didn't make a dent though, right? Did it make a dent?
I thought there was a little dent.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Didn't go through. If it was a regular vehicle, it would have gone clean through.
Clean through. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Cern. Hey, listen, of course, it's wonderful to have you on board. Would you like to leave a last thought as to why people should buy the book, buy the book, buy the book?
Well, I think it's an excellent book, and there's some excellent authors, not including myself. The other authors were amazing. And there's a lot of things, Brian Wang, again, super smart guy. You should read what he wrote. Not to mention a guy by the name of Randy Kirk had some good stuff in there too.
Read Brian's stuff first. Yes, Cern, and your chapter, of course, as I mentioned last time, stayed at chapter 1. So I guess your chapter must have impressed me, at least, because I made the decision.
My chapter was mere the first step into the palace that the book was.
All right. Thanks again, as always, Cern, and to all of you out there. It has been great talking to you.
Thanks, Randy.